By 2026, 75% of all new applications will be developed by low-code, no-code developers. So that means there'll be applications that are put together by dragging and dropping things onto a screen and dragging and dropping workflows to put some behavior behind the applications. And that's going to require no code whatsoever. So I saw this stat this morning on a Microsoft blog post, and they'd quoted somebody who written a Gartner report that predict, to reiterate, 75% of applications are going to be developed by people who don't need to write code by 2026, which is 2.5 years away. So you've got to think about that and put it into perspective. That's massive. So what I did, I wrote a blog post. The blog post is just over there. It's on another screen. And I tried to think to myself, why the hell is this happening? Why are we no coding everything? And so the first reason is, I think we've just got an increased demand for application. Everything is going to be moved towards automation and AI. Now, why is this? Everything's going online. So we've got even the DeFi industry, the decentralized finance, that's going online. Crypto's coming in massively. We've got the metaverse coming in. AI is giving us such advantages, but you've got to be online to do it. So all the manual processes, when we pass paper around, that's all getting automated. And the reason it's going to happen is, I think, because if you don't do it, your competitors are going to do it, and they're going to undercut your cost by a country mile. So you've got to get automated. And so we've got this insatiable desire to move everything into apps. And so I think because we need so many, there aren't enough developers out there to do it. It takes ages to become a really professional, experienced developer. Companies need people to upskill really fastly. So they're having to go down this no-code approach. Whether this is a good thing or bad thing, again, with all my points, it potentially isn't. I won't go into that, but if you want to know more information, have a look at the blog post. So the next point is we've got the democratization of software development. Now, this means that software development is, because of there's more demand for applications, we're having to give citizen developers, which are power users that potentially work in departments, in normal business departments, not IT, and we're giving them the role of citizen developer where they can create their own applications around IT. And this smacks back to the time, if you're as old as me, you remember like Access. Microsoft Access used to have some massive business processes put in it, and also Excel as well. And this is just the natural evolution. So you've got power users in the departments that are turning into citizen developers that can create the applications without needing IT. I think the other reason is the low-code tools are getting really bloody good. So I'm old enough to remember a time when you used to have these case tools, and this has tried to be done before. But the case tools are awful, and they became all the buzz. And then they realized actually it's just quicker for a software developer to create it, because the case tools created a load of crap effectively, and you had to spend so much time reworking them and repicking them. They were terrible. But I truly believe companies like Microsoft have got it absolutely spot on now. They could be improved, obviously, and they're improving all the time. But I think low-code tools have really reached the modern age where they're really damn good, and they are giving coders a run for their money. And so I think it's a large part of it is because we have got massive vendors like Microsoft behind these tools that are creating brilliant low-code tools that are fit for purpose. They're going to allow us to create professional applications. And then obviously, as I mentioned before, I've alluded to, there's an economic advantage. So if I could create a vacation booking app in, say, a week, versus if I ask a developer to do it and he's going to take 3 months, and a developer usually is around about £500, £600, £700 a day, it doesn't stack up, does it? You're going to go for the no-code option, and it might not be the Rolls Royce that the developer create, but you're going to get it to market much quicker and for a fraction of the cost. So economically, it doesn't really stack up for many projects to actually require coders to code them for you. So I think that's another big area. And then the final reason I've been thinking about is that Microsoft are making it really compelling. So if you look at Microsoft now, they're piling in things called Copilot, and Copilot's an add-on that allows you to take ChatGPT-like functionality and use it within the applications. So for example, if you want to create a Power App, you can say to the Copilot, I want to create a Power App. I want you to create me a vacation booking app. And it'll go and create the screens, or it'll give you suggestions. You can do the same for Power Automate. It'll go and create the flows. This stuff's just going to get so much better. So if you take the fact that low-code development is already much, much quicker than the coding counterpart, and then you roll in AI to give you an even more of a head start, the economic compelling argument of using the Power Platform or Flutterflow, if you don't want to use Microsoft, is bloody huge. So I think we are in this era now where we're going to have to take it on board. We're going to have to start learning no-code tools, because companies are going to need people. In fact, one of the stats that comes to mind, I think it was Charles Lamont from Microsoft said that by 2025, we've got a need for 450 million new applications in businesses. Now, it doesn't mean 450 different types. Each business is going to need a vacation booking app, but it's probably going to be different in each one because everyone's got their own requirements. So I think the world has changed massively. And if you're not into no code nowadays, you need to be going forward. So that's my take on it. I'd love to hear your comments as well. Do you think 75% of all applications are going to be done by no coders in the future? Love to hear that. Leave a comment. Bye.